So Kath, 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago, we were sitting and we were thinking about what we're going to do for all fashion sourcing, something that we can make a difference to youngsters, and we came up with the idea with Young Designers Competition.
And here we are, 3 years later. The quality is incredible. I'm blown away by what these students have put on today. I think that by far this year has been the best designs that I've seen in the 3 years that we've been running this event. I can't wait for everybody to see what's going to happen on the runway. I'm excited to see what the models, the garments going to look like on the models today. And I think the opportunities that we are giving young designers in this country is unbelievable. The opportunity just to go to Paris to show their designs in a different country, to have that fashion show in Paris where the media are there, some of the big brand names are there, is just the most incredible opportunity for some of these youngsters in this country.
No, I agree, Kath, and we were so worried when COVID hit and everything was being shut down. We were worried that these young designers have been through so much. There's a very specific brief that was put together by Nicola Cooper, focused on Africa. Africa is now, bright prints, florals, all of that coming through. They've done all the work, but then they can't actually show. So, you know, it's amazing that we're able to do this with them so that they can be on the runway. We can give them the platform to showcase their talents. It's flipping amazing.
And I think that interaction between a young designer and the model has been so important for them today, to understand what the real fashion shows are like, what the real world is like in fashion. Just to have a hair and makeup situation where they've been able to dress their own models. I really do think that these students have got so much out of today. And we haven't even seen them go down the runway yet. So the judges still have to score. We're still going to see them, the garments in the movement, and I can't wait to hear who's going to be the overall winner today. I just think that there are a couple of people obviously that have been involved in today, are incredible judges. We couldn't have done this without them, so thank you to all 4 of our judges, and then thank you to Ramsey Mansour for allowing us the opportunity to be in this beautiful space and to shoot the models, and for the designers to have the opportunity to be in the studio. This day really wouldn't have been possible without those people, so thank you very much.
Yeah, and then we mustn't forget the Cape Town Fashion Council. Absolutely. And their input in putting the brief together, just managing that process, getting the judges to go through all 60 entries that we got. 60 entries, and it's always been very Cape Town based. We've got designers from Mauritius, we've got from Joburg, Centurion, all over the place, and KwaZulu-Natal. So I think the competition's getting out there.
It's growing very quickly.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see where it's going to take us in the future. I think that this competition is only growing from strength to strength, and let's see where we are next year. But I can't wait to see who the winner is this year. There's some, obviously, my very clear favorites, but who knows what the judges are going to do. So let's see what happens at the end of today.
I think the point that you made earlier as well, just about the judges and getting up close to the garment, seeing the finished product. You know, they've seen the sketches, they've seen the workflow and the process that they've gone through, but that interaction with the designers at the time to give them feedback, so it's concrete feedback that they can apply going forward. I think that's the lesson here.
Invaluable. It's absolutely invaluable for them, and hopefully we'll see some of these names on the big runways in years to come, and we can say they started with us.
Yeah, we were the ones that made them famous.
So I think, as they say, let the show begin. We can't wait to show you, so enjoy the show, everyone.
You got me down again.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn. I am originally from Oranienburg in Namibia, but I'm studying here in South Africa, and I'm finishing my 3rd year degree now at Elizabeth Galloway Academy of Fashion. My look is a raglan sleeve trapeze dress. I wanted to make it loose fitting for summer. It's made of poplin and silk organza, and it's really great and lightweight and breezy for summer. The print, the brief was so amazing. I chose the Vivid Tropics print. It was something that's out of my comfort zone and I really enjoyed because it's so bright. I usually stick to like neutral tones. Because of the COVID thing, I thought, well, a lot of people are doing Zoom meetings and I tried to create a lot of visual interest with the crisscross and the eyelets and the silk organza at the neckline. With the prize money, I will probably save or start my own fashion line, create some jobs in South Africa. My role model in the fashion industry, internationally, it's Marine Serre. She's a French designer and she does a lot of upcycling stuff. It just looks so cool, and obviously sustainability is such a big thing. And then locally, Tebe Magugu. You just have to look at his Instagram page. It's awesome. After I finish studying, I'm looking for work. But if I can't, like I said, if I can't find work, I'll probably try and just do my own thing.
My name is Caitlin Blofield. I am from Durban. I am currently in my third year studying at Elizabeth Galloway Academy of Fashion. My inspiration behind the garment was African chic and from The Lion King. I love how nature is very natural in itself. The colors in my garments, the yellow is for the sun, red is for blood, and the black and white is the strength and purity of the design. If I had to win the competition, I would definitely take the prize money and put it back into my business so that I could have my garments in a store or boutique sometime soon. My role model in the fashion industry is definitely Laduma, and I love how he incorporates all of his natural colors and all of his heritage into his clothing, and I love how his knitwear and just how he incorporates his childhood and his everything into his designs. Once I've finished with my fashion studies, I would like to study again next year and hopefully work side by side with a fashion designer.
My name is Kaylin Volsna. I am an advanced diploma student at Cape Town College of Fashion Design. I am from a small community called Ocean View. I am currently working towards getting my advanced diploma, and so doing this competition was just part of that challenge. The inspiration behind the garment was the South African woman. It's someone that's bold and bright and, you know, fashion forward. I designed it in a way using the trend called Vivid Tropics and incorporating proteas to make it relatable to the South African market. The dress is quite voluminous and it's got the puffy big sleeves which is quite on trend at the moment. If I were to win the competition, I would definitely invest the money into building my own brand, use it in a way that I could help, my community as well, and upskill people from my community. My role model in the South African fashion industry is Thebe Magugu. I think he's so inspiring what he's managed to achieve in such a short space of time. I think he is the embodiment of South African design. He captures South African women and the story through his collections very well. My plans once I complete my studies is to work on building my personal brand, and obviously, like I said before, the prize money would definitely help with that.
My name is Dorcas Mutombo. I am a third-year fashion student at Elizabeth Galloway. I'm doing my diploma right now, currently. My look is inspired by LASAP, which is a Congolese dende movement that started way long before. And so it's all about color, it's all about men usually, and it's about respect and care for women, and it's something that I wanted to pretty much involve since we have lots of things happening with gender-based violence. I definitely would want to continue with my business and grow it, expand it into a not just local business, international business. Since I'm Congolese, I would like to definitely go back home and create a bigger fashion platform, because there the fashion industry is really, really small. My only role model, the biggest role model I have, is Laduma. His brand started with a school project, which is also how I started my business. Well, my plans after I finish college is definitely to continue with my business. There's nothing else I want to do. I want to go on and continue with my business and grow it and expand it and make it the best international local business I can ever create.
I'm Gabby Rose and I study at Elizabeth Galloway Academy of Fashion in Stellenbosch. I'm in my third year now. It's a BA degree and I'm thinking of doing a postgrad next year, so the fourth year. So the inspiration for my look was I wanted to come up with a quaint, playful look, and I wanted to mix formal and informal. So I used the ink and paint trend from the brief, and I was really drawn to that because I love art. So the artistic florals, I was really drawn to that. So I created a print using that. And I wanted to bring in some vibrance from the African summer, because I think African summer is all about fun and being bright and happy. I would love to go to Paris, that would be amazing. But I would love to intern or get a start-off job in London. I told you I love art, so Jody Paulson is actually a huge inspiration for me. He's a colored artist and I'm also colored, so I relate to him, and he makes these beautiful felt cut-out artworks and it relates to his culture. I'd like to in future work in styling or art direction because I love conceptualizing things, and I would like to work with magazines and other online publications.
I'm Hannah, I'm from Cape Town and I'm from the Cape Town College of Fashion Design. I graduated last year. Where I got my inspiration from for this look, I really loved the idea of kind of like a girl going to a guy friend's wardrobe and picking something out as inspiration. I love the fact of like gender neutral clothing. So I started with a menswear block, and then from there I wanted to create something that had sort of like a sports luxe feel, but was sort of more in a sartorial space in terms of the fabrication. So that's where I went. If I won, it would be amazing to go to Paris. I would probably save the money. I'd probably put it into an account. Quite a couple, but I think the main ones in terms of I identify a lot with Laura Klevakowski, who's an amazing conceptual designer, and she experiments with a lot of like fabric manipulation. She's actually one of the alumnus of my college as well. And then also Rich Manisi. I just love how he's taken tailoring and made it incredibly like streetwear. I'm very keen to get my hands back into the industry. I want to start working either in theatre or film. That's essentially where I wanted to go. I wanted to become a costume designer when I left college. And then lockdown happened. But I'm very excited to get going and get creative again.
Hi, my name is Jacques. I am the owner and creative director of a small brand called The Bum Collective. I am based in Centurion in Pretoria, South Africa, and I studied a BA Fashion Design degree at LISOF as well as a BA Honours degree in Fashion at LISOF. For the garments that I made for the competition, I was really inspired by prints. I feel like it was a print challenge after all, and I really love prints. I wanted to do something that was fun and that was joyous and that was bold and something that could just uplift spirits during this time that feels very dark right now. I looked at a lot of local South African artists and the techniques that they used, and which I all did digitally and then digitally printed locally in South Africa onto cotton. If I were to win the competition, I would use the money to grow my brand. I think especially right now for a lot of young designers, it's a very difficult time financially, and having a bit of an extra financial backup would really help right now. I think I have a lot of role models in the fashion industry. I think any small brand really deserves respect, especially in South Africa. Personally, I've worked for brands like Isabel de Villiers and Air, who I really love and who have really mentored me and taught me a lot. So I really have a soft spot in my heart for their brand and the way that they operate their brands and the things that they do. My future plans really revolve around growing my business and expanding. At the moment, I'm looking to expand locally, especially hopefully before December. After that, I would like to expand a bit more internationally and test markets overseas for our garments. I think there's a spotlight on African fashion right now, and I would really love to make use of that and grow my brand.
My name is Malenhle Mncube. I'm from Johannesburg. I studied fashion design at Lysol Fashion Education, now known as Studio Design, I think. My inspiration behind the garment that I made for the competition was from African bold colors that symbolizes modern and traditional style. The story behind the garment and prints offers a key message that African style have always been beautiful with bold colors that makes a unique statement within the fashion industry. If I were to win the competition, I would definitely spend the prize money on investing on my brand. As you all know that I'm a young and upcoming fashion designer, the first thing I want to do is to register my brand, create a logo, and then create a collection that will introduce my brand to the world. My role model within the African fashion industry, without a doubt, is Laduma Ngqola, the founder of Maxhosa by Laduma, because he's one of the South African designers that translates South African traditions such as beadwork into neat designs, and I believe his design will really help preserve traditional African cultures. My plans once I've finished with my fashion studies is to become a fashion entrepreneur, pursue a fashion brand that would preserve African traditional culture, a brand that would translate South African traditional wear into a modern and a stylish way. I want to build a brand that will not only benefit me, but also help create jobs in South Africa for young people.
Hi everyone, my name is Morgan Lamport. I'm from Mauritius. I'm currently 23 and I studied a BA in the Arts of Fashion at Lysol Pretoria. My inspiration behind the garment that I made is the South African woman. I wanted to find a symbol that best represents the South African woman, and the protea was the first thing that came to my mind. It has different layers and comes in different shapes, and I was thinking that it's the best way to actually represent the South African woman and how layered and intricate they are and how they have such an importance in the South African culture and the South African essence in a way. I would spend the prize money on, I think, I would invest in my label. I want to launch a label with my name, and it's actually kind of costly, so I would use that money for that. My role model is Tebe Magugu. I love what he does, how authentic he is. The way he portrays South African women is just so fresh and it's never been seen before, and I love that about him. My plans are launching a fashion brand focusing on sustainability and ethical issues, because that's something that's close to my heart, and I want my fashion to make the world a better place, not to carry on polluting and damaging the earth as we know it.
Hi, my name is Sinazo Chanda. I went to FEDISA. So going into this competition, if I may call it that, I read the brief and it was talking about summer, spring and the patterns and colors, and the first thing that came to mind was Cape Town, because I love the city so much and how the sunset always hits the ocean, and that's the inspiration of my prints. And the denim and the corsetry play a part because it's when you're in Camps Bay and you're watching the sunset, you can't avoid looking at Table Mountain or Lion's Head. If I want, I'd pay off my student loans from last year and then I'd use the rest to start my label, because I've been really saving up to do that. But it's been small pieces. I've been doing bespokes for people, like jackets, silk shirts and stuff like that, but it's not accumulating to the amount of money that I want to actually start a branded label. My role model is Mara Massa, because they have, the beginning of this year I went to the Men's Fashion Week and they had the most beautiful collection, and I didn't even know they existed like before then. Like I was like, who is this guy? And then I just like followed him on Instagram and I was obsessed. I finished studying last year and right now I've done a couple of things. So I just finished my internship with Queen's Park and now I am going into doing my own, like focusing on my bespoke line.
So hi, judges. What a fantastic morning it's been. You know, this year it's the third year of the All Fashion Young Designers competition, and the reason why we do it is to give these youngsters a platform to showcase their talents. And Nicola, you put the brief together this year and very much focused on Africa. We've spoken a lot about why African fashion matters and just alignment to brief. What do you guys think? How have the designers done this year?
From my side, it's been astounding to see the quality of work and the aesthetic of print combined with structure of garments. I'm really blown away, to be quite honest.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I found the interpretation of the briefs were pretty good, I think, and that's pretty spot on with what they were trying to do. The quality and the standard of the design and the concepts that they've come up with really works for what we're trying to do, I think.
Absolutely, and I think the garment construction as well, a lot of attention to detail and time has been put into the garments, and to talk about print and taking reference to South African aesthetic and culture, they've really interpreted the brief really well. So yeah, it's very
just to add to that, I think, as much as it has a South African or African aesthetic, I think a lot of the garments, I think we've discussed that, a lot of the garments are on an international level, I think, and it's commercially could fit on a different platform on another country. Yeah.
Absolutely, I think it's avoiding the cliche perception of what Africa is, and what's so lovely is to see their unique interpretation of what Africa is to them, and applying what is a global trend in a localized context.
I think also with COVID, what was quite interesting was because we couldn't travel, they kind of used artists as interpretation and being inspired by artists. and kind of took us a little bit in a bit of trouble.
Oh, that's great. We were talking a little bit earlier just about, so we've got this competition now, fantastic. The winner gets to go to Paris and show in Paris, which is an awesome experience and a life lesson for them as well, give them a good foundation for their careers going forward. But for the other entries, you know, we had over 60 entries here. What do we do to inspire them, to teach them what the way of the industry is, how to get into the industry? What are we doing as an industry right now to look after these young designers and open those doors for them?
Well, I think it's really important for them to understand that their skills and their talents can be monetized. I think that what we have to do as an industry is start empowering younger designers and understanding that we have such valuable resources right here in front of us.
Yeah,
I think yeah, sorry.
That's good.
I think that's the key to the whole project, you know, the sustainability of the designers, ensuring that we monetize what we're trying to do. There are 10 fantastic designers I mentioned to you. There are 10 fantastic designers with what we're discussing. We're looking at ways in which those garments can be commercialized and the potential in all of that. And think, you know, we picked the one designer, fantastic, get on a trip. And we have 9 other designers that we could possibly find a lot more. And a lot of them have mentioned that they want to start up their own businesses.
I think we've kind of, as an industry, I think we've kind of failed young designers. We've sort of put a lot of emphasis on fast fashion. And that's kind of been a huge detriment to local businesses. And here we've seen young talent today, exciting talent.
Yeah, I think just to, like what everyone else has just said in terms of the monetizing aspect, I think now more than ever, we need to really put the business of fashion forward, because we have so much talent in this country. We've seen it today, but when designers start putting money in their pocket, it gives them that encouragement to understand that they can create businesses, that they can create jobs.
We've got this idea now with young designers working really well here in South Africa, but obviously with our German counterparts and their events around the world. So with Messi Frankfurt, we've been talking to them, and the idea is that we have a young designers worldwide, where we've got them running those programs around, and then the winners come to Cape Town, wherever it is, and then we have this worldwide young designer competition, and the best of the best competing against each other for wonderful prize money or an internship or whatever it is.
Absolutely. I think that exchange that happens, and I mean with our younger designers that have become more successful globally, when we look at Atevia Magugu, it was just him believing that he had something of value, and I think that that's what we need to start with.
You know, with having an international competition, I think it's great. You know, the interaction and the learning that comes out of that is key.
Yeah.
You know, and again, not to sound like a broken record, the post the event is the key for me.
When we talk about opportunity, I think sometimes the point that we miss is that in South Africa, our designers have got production capability, because in Europe and all those countries, a seamstress costs an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
So I think we need to look at that from a competitive point as well, that there is opportunity to produce because we've got the labor here.
One highlight for you, so might not necessarily a designer, but something that you saw in a garment?
I think to see finally young designers localizing trends and not emulating global trends.
For me, it's been the designers have been proud about their DNA, so where they come from, and they've been telling their stories.
A highlight for me has been the ability to see a garment that can be put in a store that can then be bought and then put money in the designer's pocket.
I like the translation, and I see a lot of potential in commercializing whatever's being done in that.
Yeah.
Commercializing it on a scale from being it the fabric or be it individual pieces within the garment.
No, that's super. Just on behalf of All Fashion Sourcing, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of these young designers' journey, because this is the start of their journey. And so thanks again, and I look forward to taking these conversations further, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One of our
key objectives with the All Fashion Sourcing Young Designers is to display the immense talent we have in our country and to give this talent a platform to shine. This year, that talent shone brightly as the designs created by the top 10 raised the bar of the competition to a new level of sophistication and in complete alignment with the brief. Congratulations to all of our top 10 designers who worked tirelessly with their designs for this year's competition. You can be very proud of your efforts.
We are absolutely blown away, so well done to everyone. And thank you again to the Cape Town Fashion Council for their guidance and sponsorship towards this competition, and to Ramsey Mansour again for his incredible studio.
Unfortunately, there can only be one winner and runner-up for this competition. And we are excited to announce that out of the 60+ entries received, that the runner-up for this year's competition, who wins the 5,000 Rand cash prize, is, drumroll, Hannah Wilson. Congratulations, Hannah.
Well done, Hannah, and let us know how you're feeling right now and what you're planning on doing with the prize money after this.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
We serious.
We are serious.
Oh my god.
You came second in the competition.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I'm so blown away. I don't know what to say. What I'm going to do with the prize money is I'm probably going to save whatever I can of it. And I'm probably going to put it towards, I don't know, something I don't even know yet. But yeah, I'm speechless. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, you can be very, very proud. The competition this year was insane, and your design was absolutely beautiful. And yeah, take some of that money and have a little bit of a party. Enjoy it, celebrate. That's a wonderful moment in your career as you head forward now. So congrats from us. Wow. Anything else?
I think I encourage you to share, obviously, your design again, share it on your social media. I think you're going to be having who might be interested, but we really are so proud of what you did. And I think your design was absolutely incredible. So congratulations again.
And this now leaves us to announce the overall winner of the 2020 Young Designers Competition. The winner was the judges' outright favorite, young designer, who won by a clear 8 points, the largest ever winning margin.
Her design encapsulated the trend of ink and print with a light, soft satin jacket paired with a heavy woven denim elements. The entire look, from top to bottom, was effortlessly designed and created, and we could not be prouder to hand over 15,000 Rand in prize money and a trip to Texworld Paris to this person.
The moment of truth has now arrived. It's time to announce the All Fashion Sourcing Young Designers Competition winner for 2020. The winner, by a clear 8 points and jetting off to Paris, is Sinazo Janda. Congratulations, Sinazo. What an amazing achievement. Sure, all this emotion now must be all these things going through your mind. This is such a momentous occasion for you. And is this the start of bigger things to come?
Congratulations, Sinazo. How are you feeling?
Oh my word. Oh my word. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my God.
It's real. You won. You won the competition.
You don't. We need to thank you for all of your efforts. I know that you worked tirelessly to get your designs done, to get the garment done. And we were there when the judging was taking place, and the judges were blown away by what you did, Shanaza. So you can be so proud of everything that you've done and this wonderful achievement.
Thank you. Oh, it means so much to be recognized, especially by people I've been following for so long. So thank you. Thank you so much. I'm in shock.
Thank you. We're so proud of you, and we can't wait for you to experience one of the biggest textile shows in the world in Paris in 2021. So that concludes our competition for 2020. We cannot thank Ramsey Mansur enough for the use of his absolutely beautiful studio and Cape Town Fashion Council for their generous sponsorship towards the winners' prizes.
I'm so grateful for everyone's contribution towards the fashion industry and for this young designers competition, because it means so much to develop your brand and try to create and be in the fashion industry. It's so difficult to have a breakthrough, and this is going to be so helpful in my career. You have no idea.
That is just amazing. I think we're all feeling lots of emotion here now with you. So we celebrate this with you, Sanazo. And like you say, this is a stepping stone in your career, and we're going to be watching you from the sidelines and cheering you on. But yeah, I would just like to thank all the judges, Kerry, Nicola, Cyril, Brian, and Tambarai, for their time and efforts in judging this year's competition. To all the young designers out there, this proves that dreams can come true. So please enter the All Fashion Sourcing Young Designers Competition 2021. Who knows? You could also be jetting off to Paris. And thanks must go to the group of creatives for the world-class production of this year's virtual competition. And stay tuned for our next session from one of our judges, Nicola Cooper, who will be giving her menswear 2021 trend forecast.
Thank you.